Hey guys, today we're going to give our review on Agatha All Along the trailer. Let's get into it.
What is up, everybody? Welcome back to Till the End of the Line podcast. I am the nerd with the laughs here with
Nerd with the knowledge,
as always. And yeah, we're gonna be talking about that trailer just dropped.
Yeah,
a lot. You got a lot from the trailer, right? There's a lot in there.
I'm excited for it. Mm-hmm. You know, I think Agatha's a great character. She's in a lot of different comic books a lot of people don't know about. But most nerds do know about it, but like the common watcher wouldn't know.
Catherine Hahn did a really good job at the character.
That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
We are privileged to have her as Agatha Harkness. And I didn't think this trailer was gonna hit as hard as it did. A lot of cool Easter eggs, a lot of cool shit in there.
Language.
But yeah, I guess I really enjoyed this. If I can rate this fucking
the trailer, just the trailer alone.
Yeah,
you want to get stoned?
Fucking 5, dude. Oh my god, it gave a lot of information for the future of the MCU and for tying in other main characters that are going to happen within the darker realm of it, you know?
Okay. So, yeah, because this is going to be looking at the MCU at a different angle.
Yeah.
Like a different...
Supernatural.
Yeah.
I mean, they flirted with that a little bit with...
Multiverse of Madness a little bit.
And even WandaVision.
Oh, yeah.
Where the chaos...
Towards the end there, yeah.
Because that was like the breadcrumbs for Multiverse of Madness after that.
Right.
You know, with Cthulhu and the Darkhold and all that. So, but yeah, I'm excited for it. But I think
so before we get into that, we do have a tiny bit of nerd news.
Yeah, not much.
So first things first, we just got news. Shrek 5 is going to be releasing July 1st, 2026.
I'm with it. I love
we got
Shrek.
a bit of time. Who doesn't love Shrek?
Yeah, I think we said that last time we talked about that it was in development. Now we have a date.
Well, last time Eddie Murphy had talked about it.
That's what it was.
So that he's like, Shrek 5 is coming. But now we got a hard date on it, a release date.
Yep.
So 2 years away.
Yeah.
I'm assuming they're just getting the gears rolling.
We'll
now.
see how accurate that date's gonna be. So.
Yeah, but you know it always changes.
Yeah, I mean it's a July 1st. It falls on a Wednesday. Like I had mentioned to you, it's right before the 4th of July holiday. So usually movies come out on a Wednesday if it's 4th of July week.
Yeah.
Just to avoid the craze and the craziness of 4th of July.
Well, the celebration of it all.
Yeah.
What else we got?
And then the Brave New World trailer should be dropping in less than 48 hours.
Well, July 11th.
Well, from 48 hours from today, from what we're filming right now. But I'm excited for it because that means they already had announced that they finished all the reshoots, and this is it. This is what they have. I hope there's not much more reshoots because if there is, they're gonna push the date back.
No, I think they're done with reshoots. Yeah.
And I think it's Valentine's Day that's coming out, right? If I'm not mistaken. I know it's February of 25, but I think it's Valentine's Day.
Yeah, and I think that one is the one on Valentine's Day. Yeah, you're right.
If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool. And
we
then
get to see Cap's new suit, which it looks like it's paying homage to Steve Rogers' Cap a little bit. Suit resembles it, as far as it. Sam Wilson's. Yeah, I think it looks a lot like the Steve Rogers suit, like the one of them that he wore. I think it was in Winter Soldier. It was like the darker stealth suit.
That was a stealth suit.
Right, so that's what I'm saying. It kind of resembles. I don't know. I just look at it as like it's paying homage to that Steve Rogers.
I think this one looks more like it's more comic book accurate.
Yeah, it is.
It's not the bright ass royal blue like in the first Avengers movie.
Oh yeah, those like Uncle Sam colors.
Yeah,
yeah.
But now that I look at it, it's similar to his would it be Age of Ultron? Yeah, I think it's similar to his Age of Ultron or Civil War suit. See, it's like the dark blue. Right. Like the Avengers patch, he ends up ripping it off.
Yeah.
But it's but it's not the stealth suit because the stealth suit had no color. It's just
it was more like all just one color, right?
Yeah, it was just gray and dark blue and black.
The star on it, yeah.
Yeah, that's the only white part.
That's true, yeah. So yeah, like I said, because after Winter Soldier, his suit didn't really change aesthetically a lot.
Right.
The pattern or maybe the textures on it would change.
His suit for Endgame was probably the biggest callback to like the shingles, like the like the night shingle. You know what I'm talking about? Right?
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
He had that in the suit, and on his arms.
Yeah.
But other than that, like, there was a lot of different iterations of the suit, but the color scheme stayed similar once he went dark.
Oh, for sure.
With the light, with the red and blue, or red and white, but a dark navy, he stayed like that from that.
But I think this Sam Wilson going with, especially with that color scheme, I feel like it's his way of like paying homage to Steve's Captain America. Because I mean, we got to see that comic accurate suit in. And
I wonder if this was Wakanda made.
The white one.
Do you think this suit is Wakanda made?
I doubt it. No, I think Wakanda just did that for him for that one suit, because that's when they were dealing with the what's the character's name that took over for U.S. agent? Yeah, when he took over the Cap mantle. I think that's why he went to Wakanda, because that suit was already in use and stuff.
I don't know if he went to Wakanda. I thought Bucky did.
No, sir. Sam did. No.
Bucky called in the favor because of his close ties to Dora Milaje.
But Sam asked him. He's like, "Hey, I need a favor from you." And then he went to the Dora Milaje. Yeah, Bucky did. Yeah. But I think Sam asked Bucky to do it. But anywho, yeah. So, but I did really enjoy the white suit, the white and blue scheme. Yeah, I think it just looked dope, and I'm kind of bummed I got it in one episode.
Yeah, but it's not a stealthy suit. Like,
I mean, yeah, it's very. Hey, look at me, I'm here. Like,
exactly. It's very like an angel falling, like lowering from heaven.
Yeah.
And I think that was a perfect suit for him to wear for that episode, because it was him coming to
that moment
for the mantle.
Yeah,
it was like everyone.
For sure. Yeah, that makes sense. But in other news, we have the great Kevin Feige dropped some news, some big news, that X-Men will debut in Deadpool and Wolverine. And notice that we said X-Men, not mutants, X-Men specifically, because we have seen X-Men characters in other things, but not the actual X-Men themselves.
Correct.
So do you think, that being said, do you think we will see the complete X-Men team? And if we do, which actors do you think we will see playing them? Do you think it'll be from the Fox series? Do you think it'll be from like the Hugh Jackman X-Men cast? Do you think it'll be the...
Well, all of it's Fox, nonetheless. But you're saying like...
Sorry, I meant like when they did it. So the original X-Men, X2, X-Men Last Stand,
the first trilogy, or
First Class, and all them, the younger of
reboot
themselves. Yeah.
Well, he said, okay, so he said July 26th is the exact words were, July 26th is really when it all starts, when Deadpool and Wolverine comes out.
Yeah.
Those were his exact words. I think because he said X-Men will debut, like you said, it's emphasis on the X-Men. I don't know if we'll see a full team. We might see a version of a team.
Just like the main members.
I gotta imagine we're gonna see Beast.
Do you think we'll see Halle Berry as Storm?
No.
What? You don't think so?
I don't think so.
Here's where I'm at, people. The reason I say that is because, and we'll talk about this more when we get into our last predictions for Deadpool and Wolverine, but I still think that it's the Wolverine from a version of The Last Stand where he didn't kill Jean Grey, and that's why he lost his whole world. If that is that Wolverine, it's a great tie-in to have Halle Berry, James Marsden, like all those actors that were in there, Kelsey Grammer, that played those characters, those actors to reprise their role. That's why I say, hey, we could possibly see Halle Berry, because I enjoyed her as Storm. I thought she did she didn't do a bad job at it.
No, she did not.
I don't.
You think
she didn't look comic accurate, but I enjoyed her as it. You know what I mean?
So you think she? Elaborate on that theory a little bit. So he doesn't kill Jean Grey.
He does not. Okay, in Last Stand, the reason they win is because Wolverine was the only one that can get close enough to Phoenix
to kill her.
And he kills her. I think he doesn't. He makes that decision to not kill her, and then Phoenix just goes on this rampage,
kills
everyone. You know.
You think that's the Wolverine we're gonna see?
I think so. From that particular universe or timeline.
That's a fair point. It kind of ties into that theory I had where I said it was a Wolverine where they couldn't stop Genosha.
Like, right, you said you said another tragedy that were into place and he couldn't stop it. Okay. So you're more on the bandwagon that he couldn't stop it, and I'm more on the bandwagon that he chose not to
kill her,
not to kill.
Yeah, so. I mean it would make sense. That checks out because like she would just wrecked everybody. Mm-hmm. You know, who the hell was gonna stop her? Yeah. That's
that world, thing. Those clips that we've seen, it doesn't look like it's everything's intact still. It looks like a lot of places are destroyed a little bit. The bars, CD, but like I said, we'll get more into that in depth when Wolverine episode. But yeah. So all right. So I mean, we're gonna see X-Men. I know you're.
I'm hella excited.
Yeah.
Yes.
You've wanted this since we started this podcast. You're like, I need X-Men. You're like, X-Men's coming. X-Men's coming. Every like sixth episode, you're like, X-Men's coming.
Yeah.
And then, all right, because technically we still haven't gotten them yet. We've only had animated, so
no, it's not true. Namor is a mutant.
No, sir. X-Men, Kurt.
No,
X-Men.
Right. Well, Multiverse of Madness. We saw Charles Xavier's an X-Men.
But then we didn't see X-Men guy. We saw the Illuminati. We didn't see X-Men. I'm talking about X-Men. I'm talking about fucking Cyclops,
the whole
Storm,
team,
Jean, Gambit, fucking Jubilee, all of them.
It's all Beast
by himself.
Yeah. You're talking about the full
I'm saying
team.
X-Men. I don't know how many times I can tell this man X-Men. But yeah.
He's just been
Charles Xavier's X-Men. I don't know how much more specific I can get with your ass.
I'm just picking on you because you're a little anti-lady.
Yeah. But all right. But I think that's it for nerd news.
Yes, I think so too. Oh.
Okay. Oh, no. All right. So it's time for that Spitfire round. Hey-o. Let's get her done.
All right.
I am not going to go DC just because, like, 3 times in a row, I feel it's like taking it easy out.
Well, I didn't go Pokemon this time.
Yes.
So you're welcome.
All right. I think we found each other's kryptonite.
Yep. Well, in the spirits of Agatha All Along.
Oh. I went a different route, but okay.
Yeah.
Who is going first?
I will. As in I will give you your.
So I go first.
Technically, yes.
Fucking whirlwind.
Okay. Name which movies and or series. Go.
Oh, I'm sorry. Hold on. Stop. I was waiting for the end of that shit. I heard which WICH, not WITCH.
Oh, okay, cool.
What the fuck?
Bruja series or movies. See? Fucking go.
Sabrina, The Coven, what's the Hocus Pocus, Agatha, yeah. that was like too easy almost. Which Wizards of Waverly Place, fucking
I don't think they were wizards, but okay.
She's the witch.
Yeah,
my guy.
Stop. All the Harry Potter movies.
Harry Potter.
WandaVision.
Oh,
Scarlet Witch.
Oh, dude, yeah. Oh, for shame.
Oh my god.
For shame.
The Craft.
The Craft. That was the fucking. I said the Coven, and I was trying to think of that word, the Craft.
Yeah.
I know. That's why I was trying to think of it, but I couldn't think of the name, the Craft.
Yeah. Wizard of Oz.
Oh yeah.
My other favorite, Practical Magic.
Practical Magic. Oh,
yeah.
I don't really know that. Anywho.
Hella Witches. You had 4.
Did I?
Yeah. The Coven, Agatha, Sabrina, and then
I said Wizards of Waverly Place.
Yeah.
And then I said, you counted Sabrina already?
Yeah.
And then the Coven.
Agatha, the Coven, Witches, Waverly Place, and then you said 4. I just named 4. What the fuck were they?
I thought I had 5 because I said another one. If only we could just roll back footage. No, so I said the Coven, Witches of Waverly Place.
Was Wizards of Waverly
Place.
Or
Wizards of Waverly Place.
Agatha. Sabrina.
There was another one I said.
Yeah, I thought you already said 4.
All right, we'll count 4.
We'll fix it.
I'll fix it if it's more than 4. All right, your turn. So you went Agatha. I went a different route. We got another project coming up soon. It's Thunderbolts. So I'm liking my odds already. So name the notable members of Thunderbolts. Can we get the timer ready? And reset and go.
Red Hulk, Osborn, Winter Soldier, Sentry, Iron Patriot, Black Widow.
Thunderbolts. Go ahead.
Black Widow. She was on it, I thought, at one point. I don't know. Punisher. Fucking, I can't think of anyone, to be honest. All right, time.
Oh shit! You got none.
Name some.
So I'll give you Winter Soldier because, well, he's on the MCU Thunderbolts, but he was on Winter Soldier's Thunderbolts. I said notable members of Thunderbolts.
God, so specific. Okay.
Yeah, but like I said, I'll give you that one. But still, the only person you got.
So who?
So we got Citizen V or Citizen 5. I don't know. Baron Zemo. Techno, the Fixer. Mach 1 is Beetle. Songbird, Screaming Mimi. That's who that is. Atlas, also Goliath, known as Goliath. Meteorite, also known as Moonstone. Jolt, Charcoal, and Hawkeye.
Oh, I knew Hawkeye was on that. I should have said Hawkeye.
And then Winter Soldier's Thunderbolts were Atlas, Moonstone, Fixer, Mach X, Kobik, and Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
And apparently Red Hulk had Thunderbolts, but they didn't trust his leadership, so they took turns to choose missions. I don't know.
That's interesting.
Which is General Ross, right?
Teddy Ross, yeah.
Okay.
Teddy Ross.
So I'm was it 4-5 now?
Yeah, I think
is
so.
Is it you 5? Okay.
Yay. Or 6. Did I get 6 the last round?
It's either.
I thought you said for 5-5.
No, because because remember we kind of wiped it from our questions and we went with your bonus round.
And then I got a point.
You went 4-6, and now it's like 5-6.
I think so.
Yeah.
Sounds about right. Well, he'll throw it up. Mm-hmm. All right. On back to the spookiness.
Let's get into the meat and potatoes.
Well, before we get into the main topic,
okay.
What is your favorite? Well, talking horror, right?
Okay.
I say series, you say franchise. What is your series / franchise?
Okay.
Favorite one in horror? So I said my favorite villain was Freddy Krueger for the horror films, and I said why because he fucks with your mind and shit like that. But it's not my favorite, like, string of movies. Mm-hmm. I really, 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 really enjoy The Conjuring. So,
yes, that's a great freaking
with Annabelle.
horror.
I don't necessarily care too much for the Llorona, even though it falls in the same universe.
Does it really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
And The Nun, the first one was cool. The second one wasn't that scary.
The Nun are really good movies. I enjoyed those for whatever reason.
But yeah, I like how they're all connected.
Yeah.
Llorona, Nun, Annabelle, and The Conjuring. All of them are in the same universe.
Okay.
But I like how they're connected. And I think the Warrens do a really great job. That guy's just made for fucking horror movies. But that's my favorite.
Okay.
Yeah, cinematic universe.
All right.
Horror films.
So mine. Now that you said that, it kind of got me thinking differently.
Because there's Scream.
There's
Jason.
I enjoyed. I did like Paranormal Activity series. Because they were done in a different way that we hadn't seen before.
Yeah. Because it was done with
first person.
One of these cameras.
Yeah. It was done. Yeah, it was done with from the perspective of the people being haunted. So I thought that was really cool.
Like Blair Witch style minus the headache.
Right. Oh yeah. Which when that came out, people were throwing up in the theaters.
Yeah.
That was wild.
Well, I did it as a teenager when it first came out, but now as an adult watching it, I get a headache.
Yeah, I'm gonna just go with Paranormal Activity. Just
Nice.
I like those. I like how those are done. And I mean, obviously, there's probably better cinematically done
Right.
horror films and stuff like that. Like I was thinking when you first told me, I was thinking of It.
Yeah, that would be one of
which
my
if you had to tell
top
me my favorite scary movie, I'd probably go with It.
Nice.
But yeah, I was thinking of that, and then I was thinking of Chucky and stuff like that. But if I had to pick like which one I like that the way it was done and gone about, is probably be Paranormal Activity.
Yeah,
and they had a few of them, so
yeah, quite a few of them.
They built a universe.
The first three were really all tied, interwoven together really well.
Mm-hmm.
But then, like, I think it was like 4 and 5 kind of did their own thing, but it's still Toby is like the entity.
Yeah,
and it's that same coven that kind of like where that demon comes from. But yeah, they're pretty good movies.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right, so let's get into this Agatha
All Along.
So I will first start off by giving you guys the premise of the show.
Yes.
So, in Agatha All Along, the infamous Agatha Harkness finds herself down and out of power after a suspicious goth teen helps break her free from a distorted spell. Her interest is piqued when he begs her to take him on the legendary Witch's Road, a magical gauntlet of trials that, if survived, rewards a witch with what they're missing. Together, Agatha and this mysterious teen pull together a desperate coven and set off down the road. So that is what Agatha All Along,
the synopsis,
the show is going to be about. And if you guys haven't watched that trailer, please go and watch the trailer. We're going to be throwing up some visual cues for you guys.
Yeah.
Just to explain what we're talking about a little bit, but the trailer is phenomenal. I think it's really well done. I did hear, or we heard, because you sent me the link to the video of Eric Voss and I always blank on her name.
Jessica Clemens.
Thank you, Jessica.
And they were listening to the podcast
where they were talking about the Marvel podcast, and they had forget the person's name, but he's the one who's in charge of it's like some of the animated shows and stuff like that. And they were talking about what Agatha, like just giving what he could for Agatha, and it was kind of generalized, and he couldn't really say too much, but he said it's going to be scary, it's going to be very Halloween, and this and that. Kind of didn't set up Agatha very well.
Well, because it's not his department.
Correct, but the trailer alone, I mean, but he is still briefed on, hey, what you can say, what you can't.
Right.
It is what it is, but this
even
trailer
though they said it like
he
said it like kind of like nonchalant about it, I took it and I sent it. There was a reason why I sent you that. Oh, about the animations part from the last episode we filmed. So they broke off these different heads. So there's a television, and this opens up and it says Marvel Television. It doesn't say Marvel Studios, and it doesn't say Marvel Animation. It says Marvel Television. Okay. So Kevin is Marvel Studios.
Correct.
Within Marvel Studios, which would be all of the mainstream movies, which is he's still very much in charge. He's delegated animation and television. Those are the two broken off segments. Because even though as great as WandaVision was, as great as Loki season 1 and 2 was, they were built and done very much so like a movie, but just broken up into parts.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So the deleted film that you would probably never get in a full-fledged, 2.5 hour movie, they broke it down into 8 or 9 episodes. Yeah. And we were able to not have that many deleted scenes. That's how they built the movies back then. Now, because they realized where She-Hulk didn't, even though you enjoyed it, it didn't hit all the cues it needed to. Secret Invasion definitely didn't hit all the cues it needed to, and that's why they broke it into departments, so that way they have a showrunner and they see how great Bodemayo did, and with animation, with the first 2 seasons.
So you're saying that like maybe those shows that didn't hit were going about the production the wrong way.
Correct.
Okay,
and they've openly said that.
Yeah.
So they're like, we have great content. We kind of shit the bed on a couple things, but let's wipe our ass and let's get back in the game. Okay. So I don't know where that came from.
That was awesome. That was the best analogy for shitting the bed I've ever heard. Let's wipe our ass and get on with it. Love it.
That was awesome.
That's gonna be a t-shirt.
I'm proud of myself for that.
We're gonna make a t-shirt of that. You shit the bed, wipe your ass, and move on. All right, go ahead. All right.
I would love that.
Yeah.
With our logo right on there.
Yeah, for sure.
But no, yeah. So And I love that that's happening. So seeing Marvel Television, Marvel animation, we're gonna start seeing those more often, and we're gonna have people, and they're gonna treat them like TV series instead of Disney properties that are gonna have shows,
just projects.
Yeah.
Here's what I will say before you go any further. As much as the fans love to go in on what Marvel's doing wrong, this and that, I honestly feel like these projects that aren't hitting are needed, because you can't hone in and get better unless you fuck up.
Agreed.
So like these shows that aren't necessarily hitting, I still feel like are still enjoyable. They're still necessary. They still should have been put out. They're needed because you got to grow. Yeah. You know what not to do now. You can only grow from that. Yeah. So these people are like, Marvel's not what it used to be. Yeah, for sure. It's not going to be, because they're changing. It's
never going to be. And because the world isn't what it used to be. I mean, think about how many comic lines started and then went one full series, had 6 comics, and then didn't continue. And it left us on a cliffhanger. Yeah. There's so many comics out there. And that's the beauty of Marvel and DC and what you can do with those with that line of movies, because you have an unlimited amount of resources of different comics that you can pull from, and if one fails, you can totally reboot the entire thing and it'll be a hit again, and that's why the Batman movies keep being remade. You know what I mean? That's why the Transformers keeps being remade, because there's so many stories to be told from these OG comics that we grew up on, and it's never gonna go away. Some people said that in 20 years that all these comic movies aren't going to be a thing. I beg to differ. I don't think they're ever going to.
I hard disagree on that too.
All right, into the trailer, right?
Yeah.
So it opens up, and you see Agatha walking. No, she's driving. Right? She pulls over, up. Yeah. She pulls up to the crime scene. And it's
which, for the first 30-40 seconds of this, I thought I clicked on the wrong trailer. I'm like, what's happening? I'm like, why am I watching a crime show trailer or
is that how you've seen it?
When I clicked on it, and then I'm only seeing this cop stuff. I'm like, did I click on the wrong trailer? Like,
you didn't see Westview Police?
I did not. No.
Yeah. So as soon as she pulls up and she's walking up, which it gave you the same. So the other detective is the black guy Herb from WandaVision. So he's the guy with the fro, and she's
right.
Remember, he was trying to trim the bushes or whatever.
Yeah.
And then they almost broke character because he almost tried to call out Wanda, and she's like, "No, don't do that." Remember?
Yeah.
So there's this tape, and it kind of gave you that same picture frame when she was on the other line of the fence. So it kind of gave me that vibe. And that's how I clicked. Oh, one shit, the dude from WandaVision. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Because it was a familiar scene, but just different. Scenario, yeah. So this show, which I really love, after completing the entire trailer, it's giving me WandaVision vibes. So WandaVision went through the different sitcoms and the different genres of sitcoms through years.
Yeah.
And this is giving you CSI or Hannibal Lecter, where she's a what's the chick's name? Clarice, right? And so she's the detective trying to figure out, and they use Hannibal Lecter as the the main source of trying to catch the serial killer.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say Aubrey Plaza's Hannibal Lecter, and I wouldn't say that, but it gives you that vibe, that detective vibe, and I guess basically it's based off of Mayor of Easttown, which is an HBO true crime detective show. And that's exactly what it looks like. So they walk in, and there's a lot of overhead shots.
Yeah.
And the overhead shots, I feel like it's the reason why we're getting a lot of these overhead shots, because I think the story's being told from another witch. So even though Aubrey Plaza is the person that's the main antagonist, one of the main antagonists, she's not the main villain. I think there's somebody else that's playing all these. I didn't want to say that, but I hope so. But I don't think so.
We're getting Mephisto in
Ironheart,
right?
If that ever comes out,
it's coming out.
But now, so we see that, and they're at the crime scene. Does that body look like anybody to you?
Well, we can't see any detail on the body. It's just a woman.
Lots of detail. No shoes, jeans.
Like Wanda. Yeah,
it looks like Wanda.
Yeah.
And the fingertips are black. So that means they were manipulating the
Darkhold.
The Darkhold.
Oh,
so
nice.
It might not
It's
be
made to look like that for sure.
Yeah, and it might not be the Wanda that we saw blow up on Wendigo Mountain. It might be a dreamwalking Wanda that stepped into our reality. Just how we had Strange come into our reality.
But she was left back at her in her universe. You're talking about the one from Multiverse of Madness, or you're talking about a different one?
It could be a totally different one. Because the 838 Wanda,
It looked like the Wanda that she possessed when she was at a different.
it did.
That's what he's saying.
It
the
did a
Multiverse of
little
Madness.
bit, but
Yeah.
838
Had the same clothes.
close. No, she didn't have the hoodie. She did not have a hoodie. She just had the white shirt, and then she had and the jeans. Correct. But this is why I say alternate reality, because that Wanda didn't use the Darkhold. They kept it and they took it away from Strange. So Strange in that universe had it.
828, yeah, you're right.
So in 838 and 838.
yeah.
So it could be another Wanda from another universe or another timeline. That's why I think it's still a Wanda, just not our Wanda. So just how Strange.
You said Wanda like 68
a lot of
times
Wandas.
already.
Wanda.
We'll be past out.
I'm dead.
Yeah,
I'm
go
with
ahead.
it.
Okay.
But that's what I think it is. I
All
think
right.
it's another Wanda. We might not ever see anything come of it, but I think that's what they're trying to hint to. That it's the reason. I think it's another Wanda. But will they ever play to it? And is that going to be the Wanda that comes back? No, I don't think so. But they might establish that it's another one from another one, another universe that came here and died.
Yeah,
similar to how Strange died on the roof. Remember when?
Oh, right. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because they know there's no. Once they're dead, nothing's really happening. So it's not going to create an incursion. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay.
So at least we think. At least we think so.
Yeah,
right?
incursions are tricky. So yeah. Okay.
So that's that, and then after that, it flips to Wanda or Agatha being naked when she was like conjuring. She was like sitting there, and her freaking hair is just down, and it's just covering her boobs, and
I
she's
didn't catch
completely
that.
naked.
I didn't catch that.
Yeah, she's just like, what the fuck? And she's
Yeah.
like trying to conjure something. She's standing like that with like a window behind her, and she's like butt ass naked.
Oh, I didn't catch that. I just saw what she was doing with her hands, but I didn't catch anything else.
Yeah, I watched this a lot, but
Clearly.
I was like, what the fuck? Why is she naked?
Yeah.
And clearly she was struggling to pull her powers. And then from there, we see this crazy ass red monster looking dude, and he looks like he gives me Insidious vibes, like that bad from the what is it called? The Further, some shit like that, right?
I can't remember.
You know what I'm talking about? Insidious?
The scary movies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know how they can astral project themselves and they walk through the sun and
it's been so long since I've seen that.
do you remember? Yeah, so I think it's called The Further, right?
The Further or the Insidious?
Right, no, it's the Insidious movies, but the old lady says that when they go into this realm, it's called The Further. That's where these demon entities are. The old lady, the one she ends up getting her neck cracked, but
They have like long arms.
Yeah, they're creepy looking things.
Okay.
So it looks like that.
All right.
What else? What else? And then we see the dead body in like a morgue, and Aubrey Plaza is like talking to Agatha, and
she's breaking her out of the mind.
She's trying to get her to, which I'm confused on how the hex works, because I know in Infinity War, he's like Strange is talking to Ebony Maw, he's like breaking a dead man's spell is troublesome. Because he put a spell on the Eye of Agamotto. So I know the spell still lingers after Wanda dies. But I wonder if it's like how is she not? If she doesn't have power, how can she break out of it? That's my question.
Yeah,
because she doesn't. A witch would be able to maneuver out of a weakened spell. You know what I mean? Or a sorcerer.
I think that's just what it is, because Agatha is still a witch. She just lost her power, so you could still reignite maybe, or like it could still come from her possibly. But you see Agatha start transforming into like the other,
all the different versions of her sitcoms. Yeah,
of herself throughout WandaVision.
Correct.
See black and gray or black and white. See, like. All the different eras.
Yeah. The 90s one.
Exactly. And then, I don't know if you know this, but Aubrey Plaza's character, when she got the role, the character was written as an older male.
Yeah.
And Aubrey asked that her lines remain the same, that they stay the same, and she wanted to still deliver them like that. So that's why throughout the series she might, like, say certain slang differently, or some things just might not match to what she's her look, but that's why. So I thought that's interesting.
I didn't know that. I didn't know she asked for the lines to stay the same.
She asked for the dialogue to stay the same, because she wanted to deliver it like that
as a male.
As she wanted to deliver the lines as they were written for a male. Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
I wonder if because maybe the version we see of her isn't her true nature.
Possibly.
That's pretty cool
way to think of it. Yeah.
So then we see the dead body and a foot, 2 feet hanging out. Which is where Aubrey Plaza's her character is. What's the name of the character? Rio.
Oh, I'm not sure. I don't have the character in this.
I think it's Rio.
Okay.
So her magic is like green magic. Agatha's was purple. The chaos magic is from Wanda is
red.
Yeah. Aldrich magic is like yellowish. Not sure if they'll ever play on that, but maybe the green magic from, because like Wanda can alter reality.
Yeah.
Reality still. It kind of matches that same color. Agatha, she continues to drain other Coven's powers. And that's how she got all of her powers and her strength, which is the power stone.
Yeah, the power.
And the green one was a time stone, and I wonder if time manipulation is one of Aubrey Plaza's powers as a witch.
Yeah, it's interesting.
That's just a theory. I haven't seen anything anyone really talk about it.
Okay.
But I just think that it's a cool idea. And then I'm the only one talking. If you have anything to say, go ahead and jump in.
No, by all means, go.
Okay, cool.
So
then we see there's like it tricks us. So I think we were talking about this earlier where we saw the toe tag, and it had a bunch of dates
with nothing on there.
Yeah, and then it said October 13th, and then it showed W. Maximoff.
Yeah.
And you initially thought it was Wanda Maximoff. Yeah. I thought it was William Maximoff, which is Billy.
But why would Billy play into Agatha's?
Because Billy is obviously Agatha's. Is obviously Wanda's son, Billy Maximoff, and he is also, when he comes back to our reality, he comes back as Billy. What's the last name? Copeland.
Okay.
Kaplan. Billy Kaplan as Wiccan,
okay.
Which is who takes on the mantle of Wiccan, which is what the original Billy was supposed to be. So eventually he comes back, and he is he finds out his mom is still Wanda. Billy and Tommy go look for her, and they find out that she is So she has amnesia in all the comic books. Wanda does, and then they find out that Doctor Doom was manipulating her to steal her power to kind of become more powerful. But so she has been like in Liberia for a long time, and no one knew where she was at. Liberia. Is it Liberia?
It's Latveria.
It's Latveria? Lat?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I always thought it was a B. Liberia.
You're thinking of Siberia.
Maybe. Either way, his kingdom, that he rules. So that's what I thought was interesting to see, that we see. That's why I thought William Maximoff, because they think that the kid that is walking around with Agatha is Billy Copeland.
Oh, the one that was like gasping and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's why I think that is. And then I did a little research and looked at it.
Interesting.
That card wasn't actually a toe tag. It was a library card.
Yeah, you told me about
so
this.
So when you open the book in a library, they stamp the dates and they say, this person checked it out or whatever.
Yeah.
And it said on the bottom, Westview Library. So it turns out this could be in the past in Westview, because what's it called? October 13th, 2023 was on a Friday. So Friday the 13th. So if it plays on that same genre of horror movies, Friday the 13th, they play along with that. I think that's why, and I think producer had mentioned too, some of those dates had some significance to them. One of them was Stanley's birthday, and there's a couple other things that were in there. I don't remember what they were, but I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
And then they switched to her opening this door. And in the door, they kind of walk down, like, it looks like the Yellow Brick Road situation.
Okay.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yes. Yeah, I think I know which part you're talking about. But I have the dates here. So we have...
I sent them to you, right?
February 16th, August 28th, June 2nd, December 28th, and January 21st.
Yeah, so December 28th is Stanley's birthday. I don't remember what the significance of the other dates were.
Okay. But go on, you were saying?
But you see how it says public library too, if you zoom in on the bottom of it?
Yeah, Westview branch.
Yeah.
And
which I'll look into those numbers that are there. 53061 or 961. Maybe those are like issue numbers or the date some issue came out.
Yeah.
Because Agatha has a tie-in to Franklin Richards also. So she was first introduced into the Fantastic Four.
Oh.
And she was the caregiver or caretaker of Franklin Richards because he can rewrite reality.
Yeah.
And all that craziness. So she was first introduced there. And then she also took care of the Billy and Tommy, which were demon spawns of Mephisto.
Yeah.
So she has a long, long history of like taking care of people and kids. What were we going to say?
No, I saw the scene where you said she was naked, but her hair was covering herself. I was like,
Oh yeah, I sent it to you. Yeah, you see what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
And then there's that like a demon looking thing, and it has wings. And then there's this like what is it called? A pentagon?
Yeah.
Yeah, a pentagon like door.
Yeah.
And so they go to open that, and then in there's a couple other witches. So there is Dottie from she's the one that almost broke free of the hex in like the first episode.
Oh, okay.
So she's from Westview. The other kid behind her, I think, is Billy Copeland, which is
right. Well, yeah. You're talking about like the thing that you like is that they're bringing a lot of the characters from WandaVision over into
yeah.
Agatha.
So she's clearly still in Westview.
Yeah.
And then, but Dottie didn't have powers
that we knew of.
No, because she would have been able. We wouldn't know that. I don't think she has powers. But yeah, Emma Cauliflower, right?
Cauliflower.
Colford? I forgot her last name. Nope. Actually, that's not Dottie. Which one is? Oh, so Deborah. Deborah is Mrs. Hart. That's what she plays. Dottie's the other person that the like yuppie person in Agatha All Along. That was she's like the radio was going off, and then when
and then
she cracks the glass on her hand.
The glass, yeah.
That's Dottie. So Dottie is known to be in this movie, and I'm pretty sure, and everyone thought she was a witch. So Dottie might be a witch, but Deborah, Mrs. Hart, the old lady, she didn't have powers.
Oh, okay.
And then who else? There's a couple other people in there.
Well, this series, they're going to be dropping 2 episode premiere on September 18th.
Yes.
So I've noticed something with these Disney Plus shows. Episode 5 of the series, of any of these series, seems to be a big episode.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So the X-Men 97, remember it. Genosha happens.
I think even with Wanda it was.
Right. So in the 5th episode, it seems to be a big episode. Of Ahsoka. That's the episode with Anakin. And the flashes to Darth Vader where she's in the World in Between Worlds. So episode 5, keep an eye out for episode 5.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
And I love that this is 9 episodes, not 8.
Okay.
Which also WandaVision was 9 episodes, if I'm not mistaken, right?
I don't recall. I think you went too far down.
Did I?
So, but what was your point? So,
no, I think it was 8 episodes.
WandaVision?
Oh no, it is 9.
Okay.
Yeah, 9 episodes. Where would I leave off at? Oh yeah, so they open the door and there seems to be like this mansion at the end, and then it's like illuminated.
Is it a mansion or is it like a cabin?
A cabin, yeah, my bad. They do show a mansion later. So this one is like in a green film, and then there's another cabin, which I don't think I took a screenshot of, but I'll give it to you later. Another mansion is just like in a yellow one, and then there's when they're driving the broomsticks, they go past the moon. They give that like ET shot. Mm-hmm. That one is in a red film. Like there's like it's
okay. So you're noticing the different like color auras.
Color auras, okay. Yes. So I kind of feel like that's which and they said that this is a little bit themed off of like Wizard of Oz, Follow the Yellow Brick Road. And each house is going to be a different theme that they need to acquire. Maybe it's the witches all in within their coven. At the end, they're like, Agatha Harkness, what witch would want to join your coven?
What witch in her right mind?
Oh, right. And she's like, well, as it says, I'm not really looking for right mind.
Yeah.
And then Billy's like,
yeah, that part was, that was funny. Yeah.
So I mean, I guess they show a version. They show Agatha like seems to be like absorbing someone's power.
Mm-hmm.
You see in this one?
Yeah.
And so you see this. You see the purple again, and there's only 4 witches there.
Yeah.
So I wonder if this was a flashback from another coven that she stole,
mm-hmm.
or if it's other witches, because she's wearing her old school garment and she has her old brooch back. But she has a new brooch now, and it's not the same. The 3 witches from the Greek mythology. It's 3 other entities. I forgot what they're called. I get that to you later.
Yeah.
But remember I talked about like the from Hercules, the ones like that.
Yeah, no, I remember. Yeah.
So I think this is her new brooch that she's able to. She's looking for that she has. All of them have like a brooch or like something that they stick to.
Yeah.
I don't know why that's like true in like a talisman is what the word I'm looking for. They all have like this talisman. They all kind of. I don't know if their power comes from there or it's like something to help them keep their reality and where they're at with all the power, magic.
Maybe it's just like their signature or something. Yeah,
something like that. But yeah, so that we see that. So like I said, yeah, we get a lot of like shots from like.
They did put a lot in this trailer, man. They put a lot
of
there.
shit. Yeah. So the movie
7 Easter eggs just from this freaking trailer.
No, really? Where you
Somebody got that from Screen Crush on YouTube.
67?
Yeah.
Okay, I don't think I have 67.
67 Easter eggs.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
The movies that I did get from here is like Exorcist. When she's like flipped backwards, and they play the Ouija board.
Yeah.
And that's like the 80s theme. They're all wearing like old school 80s.
Mm-hmm.
And then Candyman, when that one that one witch. Oh yeah, the witches. You saw those 7 witches?
Mm-hmm.
You know who those are?
Like who the actual witches are?
Yeah, and what they're meant to be.
Oh, right.
So.
Isn't that the witches that she killed from the past?
Yes, from her original coven. Those are the daughters of those witches.
Oh, the daughters.
Yeah, they are the daughter of the witches.
Okay.
And they all have different animalistic, like, counterparts. So
familiars?
One of them, So one of them is like a crow. The other one's a cicada. The other one's a fox. One's a snake. One's a rat.
Wolf.
The other one's a wolf, and the other one's an owl.
Yes.
And all of these 7 witches are the 7 witches from Agatha's original coven, that she killed and took the powers from.
Right.
That we saw in WandaVision.
Mm-hmm.
And then, when they're playing the Ouija board, I didn't really see anything in the Ouija board.
No, it was too fast of a cut.
That they spelled out. No, because it's just like right underneath the G.
Mm-hmm.
And that's it. Yeah, but I don't really want to play too much with the Ouija board, so I'm going to leave that image alone.
No, thank you.
But yeah, so a lot of crazy shit thrown into this. And then they're called the Salem 7. That's what they're called.
Salem 7.
Yes.
Okay.
And I don't know. I feel like there's so many references to Wanda in this thing. She's not gone. She's she's still alive.
Yeah.
And if it's not, her essence is like within. So, do you know what the witch's road is?
Yeah, it's the trial that she has to go through to get what she's missing back.
Right. So in this case, it would be her powers. Do you think Wanda went to the witch's road?
For what?
Her children. The only thing she cares about. Do you think maybe that's how she gets amnesia? Because there's no version in where witches get what they want without having to pay a price.
I'm going to say no, just because her kids aren't really missing. It's just that she created them. And then that whole thing got taken, like the hex was stopped.
But they exist in other realities.
Mm-hmm.
So in our reality, they didn't exist.
Right.
So do you think, and this is why I brought up the Latveria theory and the amnesia part, is because do you think she went through Witch's Row, and that's why she got, because witches are deceitful always, so they'll give you what you want at a cost.
Yeah.
So maybe she got what she wanted by having Billy and Tommy come back, but at the cost of having amnesia. So she's going to forget them. But they exist.
I don't know. I see it more as like it's something missing within the witch theirself. Like not necessarily, like something outside of the witch. I think it's more of like something that the witch is missing to be whole, or like that's crucial to her.
Okay.
I don't see it as like outside of a witch. So like when you say, like missing your kids, I don't know. I don't see that playing out. No.
Okay.
I mean, it's a solid theory. I mean, it's an interesting theory if nothing else.
Because it sets up the M word, Mephisto.
Yeah.
Because that can be the person that makes the deal. Fine, I'll give you your kids, but you have amnesia. You forget them.
Crazy theory. What if that demon thing that we saw was Mephisto?
Nah, that's too ugly. And wings. Yeah. Mephisto is like, he's kind of cool looking.
Debonair looking, like, yeah. I just wanted to throw that out there.
How about that bell that Catherine, or that Agatha rings? It has like the gargoyle, like, / demon thing on top with the wings.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's like some type of like horn
what do you think that's
entity
for?
around it. Senor Scratchy, she had that, what's it called? The bunny in WandaVision.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe that can be the thing that she rings that makes the entity transform out of the animal. What did you call the 7 witches?
Familiars?
They're familiars, right?
Oh.
So maybe that's what makes them jump out of that and jump back into that.
Okay.
So I just saw something, but since I can't hear it, that when they're playing the Ouija board, it's like you see them with the like digital watch and how they're dressed.
Yeah, in like the 80s.
Back then,
yeah.
But it's actually now.
Oh, okay.
And then through the Ouija board, they bring them back and they get possessed.
Oh, with the spirit of like their parents, their mothers. Ooh, that's interesting.
That's interesting.
That's why they use the Ouija board.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Because some of them were young.
Yeah.
Some of them were old.
Yeah.
So I mean, the young ones, how were they able to have kids back then?
Yeah. I mean, back then they had kids at like 13, and because they died at like 40.
Yeah.
Back then, sir, 20s.
They died in their 20s, 30s?
Nobody was living past like 34. You were considered elderly. You know what I mean? Like,
that's crazy.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Since I can't hear, so.
Yeah.
Well, one of the things I picked up from that is like from the Ouija board is how Agatha gets possessed. So that's when she does the whole walking backwards.
Was that Agatha?
Yeah.
I was trying to figure out who the hell
she's
that
the
was.
one wearing purple. So if you look at the image when they're playing the Ouija board, you can see Agatha's brooch on her right wrist, and then she has a watch, and you can see her purple sleeves, like almost like the baseball.
Baseball T-shirt. Yeah.
No, it's not baseball. It's a football T-shirt.
I thought I saw
It
a
had
baseball
like
T-shirt.
she had. It's a football.
Is it?
It's Agatha that gets possessed.
But the T-shirt, is it like a baseball tee or is it?
It's like a football jersey. The old school.
Oh,
like,
the jersey look. Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. I don't know why I was picturing the.
She had the look like from The Exorcist.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was picturing the T-shirts that's like long sleeve here, and then then this part is all white, and then.
Yeah, but those are baseball T-shirts.
Yeah, I was picturing that. I don't know why.
Yeah, no, it's like a solid purple with like numbers on it, and then there's two white rings around it.
Yeah, I was mixing up another scene. I don't know.
So far, all the movies that we picked up and shows that we picked up is the Mayors of Easttown. Mayor of Easttown. It's Mare. And then we see kind of like that red monster from like Insidious. So I wouldn't call it Insidious, but whatever. Then we see the Wizard of Oz situation with like the witch's row.
Right.
And it road, yeah. And you know how I told you like there's different houses and they represent different colors.
Yeah.
Where that relates to Wizard of Oz is they made a pit stop for everyone in Dorothy's team. So like the Cowardly Lion needed to get courage, and the Scarecrow needed a brain, Tin Man needed a heart. So I think all of those different colors, all the witches are going to get something different. I think one of those houses is probably the house that they have to go through, and each house has I wouldn't call it a master or like a final boss, but I would call it like an illusion test that you have to go through. So they went through the
trial.
80s.
Each one has a trial.
Yeah, a trial. Yeah, that's what I needed to say. Yeah.
Yeah.
So like a trial, and the Ouija board is one of the trials, and that's in one of the houses that we've seen that's shown up. And then we see the ET shot where they're on the brooms.
Yes.
The Candyman from one of the Salem 7 where all of them come out. And then The Exorcist when they're playing the Ouija board.
Yeah. Okay.
A lot of horror films, and I think they're gonna jump through that each episode, similar to how WandaVision did the different sitcoms.
Okay.
So I fucking love it.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, horror is something that you like a lot, and you've been wanting to dive into.
Kind of works out.
This is working out.
The only other thing that I don't have an answer to, and it gave me vibes, and that's why I asked you that question when we saw the twins for the first time. Agatha and who I think is Billy are in that. They're in like robes, and they're in this like circular room. Almost looked like a prison kind of thing, and then she's like holding him. You know what I'm talking about? And there's like she's wearing and he's wearing the similar gown that Wanda was when she was being tested on by Hydra.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm talking about? Remember she had the white gown, and we see her in the end credit scenes, and she's like playing with it.
Yeah.
And then we see what's his face like glitching out in between that room.
Yeah.
That gave me that vibe. Those rooms. So I wonder, and that's another reason why I think it's Billy, because Billy is also a telepath like his mother, and he's battling the tests that were done to his mom.
Okay.
And he's battling that same thing, trying to figure out his own reality, who he is.
Yeah.
Is he really his mom, or is he a conjuring of the devil? What the fuck's going on?
Yeah.
So that's what I got from that, but I don't know where they're at, because there's another image where she's like running up the stairs and like the ceiling's like caving through, which I was like, what the hell? I don't know what that was about.
Yeah.
It could be, Oh no, never mind. I'm not gonna say that. But other than that, I think that's all I got from that. So I think I got one,
Is that
two,
all?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
we barely
7,
had
8,
anything
9,
to talk
10,
about
11,
today.
12, 13 Easter eggs that I got.
Okay.
That spun into all the other millions of theories I spoke of.
Yeah.
But what did you say Screen Rant had?
67?
Jesus.
No, Screen Crush. It was some,
Crush.
Some
Yeah.
video it says 67 Easter eggs. I don't know
That's
how true
crazy.
that is, but so Agatha had a string of titles. It was House of Harkness at one point. Harkness, Coven of Chaos, The Darkhold Diaries, and is now Agatha All Along. So, I mean, I like this title change because they alluded to that it was her constantly being up to something.
Yeah. And I think this is why I wanted the image of it. I think it was her battling what she wanted the title to be, because she's still flipping through those genres in her mind. It was her trying to fight through this, and in 2021 it was House of Harkness. 2022 was Coven of Chaos, and it just kept flipping for her, and so she was just still trying to get out of this fucking hex. Which I wonder how she gets out of it.
It's gonna be interesting to see. I think it's gonna be a solid series.
Hell yeah!
I think it's gonna be good. That's all I got. I mean, I don't know. Do you have anything else you want to talk about on it?
If anybody is like super, like big fans of Scarlet Witch, like the way I am, follow the Scarlet Witch updates. I follow them on Instagram. We'll give them a shout out.
Yeah.
Everything that they've posted has been pretty fucking accurate.
Okay.
That's where I got a lot of my information about, like the Salem 7. And then what else? There was a synopsis because so this trailer that we've seen, it actually was released like a month ago. But only to like investors and like a select few people were able to see that for Disney. So like investors and potential like production companies that were looking to, I forgot what it was called, but there was like a certain summit that they were allowed to go see this, and this is one of the things that they featured among like other Disney things like that too. But this was one of the first. They were the first ones to see the trailer.
Nice.
So some of this already had been covered by like other podcasters, but they only knew the synopsis and like the breakdown in detail, but they've never seen it until recently. So that it's, we got to get in. We got to be the in people, man. We got to be the ones that fucking help us grow, guys.
Yeah, seriously.
Share and like our shit.
Subscribe if you're not. That
even if you hate us, just share and to talk shit. I'd rather you just share it and talk shit, bro.
Yeah.
I'd rather you do that than not.
Hilarious. Yeah. But yeah, I think that's going to do it for us. We're going to be covering and following the show in depth. So if you guys are into that, stay tuned for our episodes on it. Next thing we got coming up, Deadpool and Wolverine very, very soon.
And the finale of Acolyte coming up.
So we'll be covering the second half of that season. So lots to talk to you guys about. Stick with us. We do appreciate it. And like a member of a coven, Kike, I am with you.
Till the end of the line.
Thanks.